And we're going to start this morning lying down on our backs for a moment. Yay. So I'd like you to get a little more of the back of your body on the earth as we begin this practice. So go ahead and just lie down. You might need to wiggle around a little bit to get comfortable. But if you can, bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees flop open. And that's where you might want those pillows or blocks under the outsides of your knees, just supporting you here so it's not a strain on your body. Your arms are resting at your sides, palms turned up, and you're just taking deep breaths here. As you breathe in, notice your belly rising. And as you breathe out, just feel your back settling to the earth. Notice that with a few breaths, the inhale in the front of your body and the exhale in the back of your body. You might feel your shoulder blades snuggling down into your mat a little more. You could roll your head from side to side and just give the back of your head a gentle massage this morning. Breathe into the front of your body, and on your exhale, feel your back sinking into the ground. Feel settling here. Just notice you've probably been running, moving, thinking, and doing. Allow yourself to settle for a few breaths. As you continue taking these deep breaths, I would like to offer some words from a teacher I admire a lot named Baron Baptiste. We'll be using some of his quotes in class today. So we'll start with this one. Are material possessions, perfect abs and thighs, the object of our real search? We're pursuing some better version of ourselves, all the while asleep to the one true fact in the universe. Our ideal selves are already within us. Our only task is to relinquish the luggage of life and accept what was there from the start, the light in our hearts and the power within. Our only task is to relinquish the luggage of life and accept what was there from the start, the light in our hearts and the power within. So friends, bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, and breathe into that, the light in your heart and the power within your belly, solar plexus. That's your power center. Take a few deep breaths with both hands, feeling the expansion, light and power. And we'll bring those energies with us as we begin to move over to one side and up to a seat. In this seated position, stay in that butterfly pose with the soles of the feet together. So again, if you need a little support under your knees, these blocks come in handy. And just sit with the most tall spine you can find. We'll bring the arms up on the inhale. On the exhale, cactus, lift your chin, lengthen your spine. Come up again, deep breath. And on the exhale, fold over your legs. We're just going to do that a few times, easing into the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Go one more time. Reach high. Open the arms. Reach as high as you can, and then settle yourself into this rounded back. You can rest your elbows on your knees. We're still in this butterfly position. We're going to use the legs here for a twist. So reach the arms straight out to your sides. Rotate to the right and drop one hand to the knee, one hand behind. Look over your shoulder. Let your breath begin to surround your heart and dance with the light there. Spin back to center, arms open wide, and rotate to the left side. As we come back to center, both hands behind you, fingertips on the ground. Come into a back bend, a heart opener. Breathe into the front of your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let out a sigh. And release any props you have. Go ahead and come around to a tabletop. And in this tabletop position, tuck your toes under. So you're getting a stretch for the bottoms of your feet while we work through a variation of a spine warm-up. So we're going to keep the spine long and neutral. Pressing into the hands, open your shoulder blades. And then exhale, keep your arms straight. Just let your chest fall down between your arm bones. So the lower back isn't changing. You're just moving through your upper back. Shoulder blades pulling out onto the outer rib cage and then squeezing together. We'll call these shoulder push-ups. Now open the shoulder blades, stay here and just move your pelvis, tuck under, lift the hips. Try to avoid going to the edges where there's any kind of sharp pain or harsh sensation. Just the pelvis, arms are straight, upper back is neutral. And now tuck the tailbone. Open the shoulder blades more, draw your chin to your chest. Come into a really big cat. Keep all of that, but lift your tailbone. Then drop your heart down and lift your chin. Keep that pose as you tuck your tailbone. So we're doing cat and cow, but the tailbone gets to lead the way. The head is the last to go. Exploring this body, moving the light around the space of the heart into the rest of the body. And find neutral again. Point your toes to the wall behind you. We're going to take our knees out wide and let the big toes touch. This is a little different than what we normally do. Hands come forward. On the inhale, pull your body forward and let your chest lift. So you're in a little bit of a frog pose with your chest coming up. And then exhale back into child's pose. Go all the way back over your heels and start to move with your breath. A little bit of a frog up dog combo, back to wide child's pose. Close your eyes and experience light and breath moving through your body. And then next time you come back to child's pose, pause here, walk your fingers forward, get way up on your fingertips and let your chest drop, let your head fall between your arms. Breathe into this chest stretch. Nice long, loud exhales. Release that, flat hands, tuck your toes, and lift slowly up into downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Stretch Achilles tendons, calves, backs of your knees, and hamstrings. Nod your head yes and no, just loosen the neck. Deep breath in, exhale. Spread your fingers even wider and push into the mat, lifting your hips. Put a bigger bend in the knees and see if you can make your spine even longer, more space. Look forward and slowly walk your feet to meet your hands. Come into forward fold, ragdoll, fingertips on elbows. And you can sway if you like from side to side. Slow, even breath. Moving light and breath through now the back of your body. Let's press our fingers to our shins, lengthen into a half lift. And with knees soft, dive forward a little deeper. Press to lengthen, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Once more, press and really lengthen the spine. And this time as you exhale, take a hold of the back of your heels and pull yourself down. Your knees can be super bent or straight. And let's come back again to that flat back. Bring your hands up to the crease of your hips and move from there, bringing your straight spine with you to stand in mountain pose. Let your shoulders fall down your back. Take a moment to stand here in your greatness. What does that feel like? Just say it out loud. I am standing in my greatness. That make you stand a little taller, a little stronger. We're going to turn our toes out. So maybe to the edges of your mat, maybe your toes are coming off the edge of your mat. I'm facing you, so I'm this way. And then explore how much you can bend your knees without hurting your knees. So you might need to go a little bit wider. I'm going to take the arms up high into this 5-pointed star, this power stance. And then we're just going to exhale down into goddess. Do that a few times with breath. Start to hear your Ujjayi breath. Good. Really deliberate inhale and exhale. Turn these into sunflowers. Scoop your fingers down and up. So bending the knees as much as the knees will allow. The chest stays lifted, back stays flat. Do 2 more of these. Fiery breaths. And take a deep breath in, arms reaching high, palms come together at heart center. Sit down as low as you can. So for some of us, that's right here. For some, maybe it's elbows to thighs. For some of us, it's a block that we can sit on. And some have bendy hips and knees, and you can come all the way down into Malasana. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. So whichever option you chose, lengthen through the crown of your head like a turtle coming out of its shell. Breathe here. Elbows press out, knees squeeze in. Feel your hips. Feel your breath moving that light through your whole body. And from wherever you are, just go ahead and release. Stand back up to mountain pose, top of your mat. Just feel your legs after being bent like that. See if there's any energy tingling in your legs. And let's reach the arms up high. Take a deep breath in. Swan dive from the hips into a forward fold. Press to lift halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll take our first vinyasa, shift forward into plank pose. This first time through, let's drop our knees. Open up through the shoulder blades, the way we did earlier, and spin your elbows. And then just lower down halfway, feel that hold. And then melt your body to the floor, peel up to cobra. Shoulders hug onto the back, toenails press down, kneecaps lift up. Breathe here. And then release your chin, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. The second downward facing dog, pedal your heels again. See if anything's loosening up down there. Looking forward, step or hop your feet to your hands and lift halfway. Exhale, catch your heels, pull down, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach high, extended mountain, maybe a little backwards bend, and bring your hand to your heart. Let's go again, Sun A, sweep up, deep breath. Fold forward, exhale. Half lift. Downward facing dog. And take a vinyasa. So as we shift forward, you can drop to your knees or stay on your toes. Lower halfway and peel up to either cobra, or you can straighten your arms, lift your knees, up dog. And we'll meet in down dog. This time lift onto both, all 10 toes. And then bend your knees a lot to push your hips backwards. And from there, just peel the heels back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to your toes, put a giant bend in your knees. Press backwards and reach your heels. Toes, knees, hips and heels. Looking forward, step or hop the feet to the hands. Lift halfway and exhale, catch your heels, forward fold. Soften the knees, rise up, extended mountain, little back bend, and bring your hands to your heart. Friends, we'll go one more time. I'm going to come to the camera and watch. So you just close your eyes and listen to the cues. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from the hips. Beautiful, Gail. Press to shins, half lift, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Everybody shift forward into plank pose and pause to open your shoulder blades. You can be on your knees or your toes as you lower halfway. Good. And then either melt to the floor, rise to cobra, or press up on the tops of your feet, upward facing dog. Kathleen, that's beautiful. You look like you've done teacher training. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, everybody. Take your feet out to the width of your yoga mat. Just wiggle your little pinky toes out to where you can feel the edges of your mat, and then start to put a bend in one knee and then the other. So we're feeling the outer edges of the hips here. Get a little bit wiggly and slithery here around the edges. And looking under your shoulder. And as our feet come closer together again, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat, lift halfway. Exhale, catch your heels. Softening the knees, arms reach high, extended mountain. Interlace your fingers and reach backward. So the arm bones come slightly back, lifting and reaching. And then back to neutral, side to side. Moving through the side body, the outer ribs. That light in your heart shining sideways now. Come back to center, cactus your arms and look up. Breathe here into the front of your body. Bring your hands back to your heart. Stand in your greatness. I'm going to lead us through 2 rounds of Sun Salutation B. This is the fiery part of the practice, designed to build heat. So I want you to listen to your body, but I also want to ask you to step into the challenge of these sequences. So if you feel yourself tired, complaining, not a reason to stop. If you feel pain, good reason to stop and modify. So we're going to start by sinking our hips into chair pose. Wiggle your toes, press into your heels. Get as low as you can, but keep your chest lifted, and hands can stay at heart or extended. Find a point to look at in front of you, set your eyes there, and breathe deeply. Spin your pinky fingers in, you'll feel your shoulder blades open. On your inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Press to lift halfway. And exhale, down dog. Take a vinyasa, knees or toes. Cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. On your inhale, friends, raise your right leg up high. Shift forward to step between your thumbs. The back heel drops. Rise up, one breath, warrior one. Feeling heat. Hands to mat, take a vinyasa, knees or toes. Take care of your body, but step into the challenge. Inhale, raise your left leg. Exhale, step through. Back heel drops, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands to mat. Vinyasa, knees or toes. Cobra or up dog. And we'll meet in either down dog or child's pose. 5 breaths. Belly breaths. Maybe a sigh, letting off some steam. Shifting forward, step or hop your feet to your hands. Half lift. Catch your heels, forward fold. Put a deep bend in your knees and inhale, chair pose. Back where we started. Ujjayi breath here, friends. Inhale to stand, reach as high as you can. Palms touch, hands to heart. Close your eyes here and stand in your greatness. Bring back that energy of the light in your heart, the strength within, and stand in that. We'll go through this one more time. And I'd like to ask you to hold an intention of dedicating this round of Sun B to your own greatness, to your beauty and your strength and your light. Sit in a chair and reach your arms high or keep them at heart center. Hold this pose called fierce posture. You in your fierce greatness. Deep breath. On your next inhale, lift tall, bend backwards, and swan dive, forward fold. Press to shins, and then exhale, downward facing dog. And take a vinyasa, knees or toes, you in your greatness, rising up. And down dog. Inhale the right leg high, step it through, drop the heel, and breathe into the greatness of your warrior one. Yes, hands down, take a vinyasa. Do what you need to, be on knees if that's helpful. From down dog, we'll raise our left leg, we'll step through and rise. Deep breath in. You have one more vinyasa, just one. Dedicate these movements to your own greatness. Let's all meet in child's pose, knees wide. 5 breaths. Give your forehead something to rest on. Let your belly breathe. From here, rise back into downward facing dog. Look at the top of your mat and step or hop forward, half lift. Exhale, touch your heels, forward fold. Put that giant bend back in the knees, arms reach or come to heart center. Pause here, weight is in your heels, fire is in your breath. If you want a little more challenge, we're here for a few more breaths. Come up on your toes. Baron Baptiste again. Yoga is the ultimate laboratory for awakening. All the ingredients you need are on your yoga mat. The challenges, the doubts, the resistance, the fears, and the possibilities. Drop your heels, fold forward. You challenge yourself physically. and the mental resistance rises right up to the surface. At that moment, you have a choice: break down or break through. Keep the right foot where it is. Step the left foot back and drop a knee. Take a knee. Break down or break through. We're going to find an edge here. So I'd like you to find something that feels interesting as you stretch your left hip flexor. You can stay here on the knee or you can tuck your toes. We're here for several breaths. Baron continues, playing your edge means a leap of faith. You can give in to the limiting fears in your mind that hold you back, or you can reframe and say yes. Yes. I can give up the fight and just be light. The yes moments are the breakthroughs. Let's tuck our back toes together and rise up high into high lunge. Let your hands come together at heart center. And then shift forward over your right leg, twisting toward the right side. If it feels better to have your hand down or on a block, you're welcome to do that, but take a good twist. Grab the flesh of your belly and pull it out to the right. Wring out your torso. Say yes and just be light. Return to center, bring your hands to the floor, and then walk your hands to the inside of that right foot and bring yourself to this sideways lunge. So I'm not mirroring you right now. All of us have our right knee bent. And we're just coming down into this inner thigh stretch. Come up through the center, turn your left toes out and do the same thing. Kind of keep your hips up high, knee over ankle, feel an inner thigh stretch. Let's move back and forth. So one option is to stay up high, keep your arms straight, your torso flat. Another option is to come into Skandasana, which is a little deeper bend. You come down onto your toes, deep bend in the knees, flex the foot of the straight leg as you move back and forth. Skandasana is a pretty deep bend in the knee, so not everyone's knees love it. It's a nice hip opener, inner thigh stretch. Next time you bend your left knee, stay on this side and we'll walk our way around to a kneeling lunge. Left foot forward, right knee down. Close your eyes and find an edge here. Either staying on the knee or tucking the back toes. Find an edge, something interesting in your body, and play this edge. Say yes. Lean in. We'll tuck the back toes, lift the knee, make that back knee really strong and buoyant. Arms come high into high lunge. Hands to heart. Shift forward from the hips and rotate, twisting lunge. You're welcome to drop that knee again, to put your hand on the floor. Help your belly flesh around to the left. Just find what twist works for you. And deepen your breath. As we come back to center, bring the hands to the inside of the foot, and once again, come to wide straddle. This time, straight legs, flat back for a twist. So we'll bring the left hand underneath the face, right arm lifts. You should feel not only a twist here, but also an inner thigh stretch. Deep breaths, everybody. And return to center, switch sides. Right hand under, left arm up. Full deep breaths. As we return to center with a flat back, I'm going to ask you to put some weight on your hands. And this is another place you might put your hands on blocks. We're going to walk our feet wider. So I want you to come into what feels like for you the middle splits. And it's a good idea. If you're super flexible, of course, you'll just drop right down. But the rest of us, the other 95% of us, are going to be on our feet. And it's a good idea to keep those feet turned sideways so they can grip your mat, but a lot of your weight is in your hands. Go to an edge that you can sustain and breathe. You can tell that today we're working the midline of the body a lot, these adductors, inner thighs. These are the muscles that we always use to hug in, to draw inward to our center. So just keep that in mind as you're stretching out from your center. These amazing muscles that really hold you in, hold you upright. Put some weight in your hands and heel toe your feet a little bit wider. And when you feel like you've got a good stable base, walk your hands around toward the right foot. Your hip flexor is going to feel different now. Drop your back heel, lift into warrior one. Beautiful. Good. We're going to open our arms out wide and come into eagle arms. So for eagle arms, cross the left arm under the right. One option is to just hug yourself. Another option is a V or back of hands reaching, or of course the bind into full eagle arms. Lift your back heel and then begin to just tiptoe your back foot up and around into full Garudasana, eagle pose. So the left leg is over, the left arm is under. If you stare at your hands, they'll become transparent. Lift your elbows as high as you can, open your shoulder blades, and squeeze your inner thighs. From here, uncross your arms, just bring your hands to heart center. Open the knee out into tree. Open the knee out into tree, the opposite of where we just were. Breathe. Feel. Lengthen. From tree, we're going to shoot that leg back and open into warrior two. And here in warrior two, just a little movement, a little shake it off, a little side body stretch. before we head to the other side. And in your warrior two, switch your feet. Scoop yourself around into warrior one. Left leg is forward. Spine is tall. Open out with your arms, and then right arm crosses under. Find whatever eagle arms serve you best. Lift your elbows a little and start to come onto your back toes. You could stay here. You could even just come into balance on one leg. But to complete the posture, cross the right leg over the left. You can touch the toe down or let it dangle, or find a wrap behind you. Steady breath, everybody. Eagle, such a cleansing posture. Unwind your arms, hands at heart center, and stand to open into tree pose, the opposite. Knee opening, root down, breathe deep. Release that foot to the floor. Pause one more time to close your eyes and stand here in your greatness. What does it mean to lean in and to say yes? What breakthrough is possible for you by just being here? Slowly release the arms and sweep the arms high. Swan dive, forward fold. Walk the fingers to the outside of both of your feet. Just twist your fingers side to side. And with hands on the mat, step your left foot back and walk one more time to the wide edge of your mat. And yes, we are going into frog pose. Couldn't do all that inner thigh prep without frog, right? So we're going to drop our knees to the middle of the mat. And then I like to fold the edges of the mat in to give my inner knees a little bit of padding. Frog pose is wide straddle on your knees. It's like a really wide child's pose, but not as much fun. So wiggle your knees out and kind of inch until you feel a good but maybe frustrating stretch in your inner thighs. Lower to your elbows. And then I like to flex my feet and kick the feet a little bit wider, like a frog would. You can support your head. And take a few breaths into this uncomfortable posture. The yes moments are the breakthroughs. The yes moments open a door to personal growth and transformation. Be a yes. Say yes. Play the edge. Go ahead and bring your weight into your hands And gently lift yourself from this pose. Start to bring your feet closer together. Inch your knees in. Unfold your mat, and we're going to be down on our backs again. Grab those blocks or pillows that we started with, and let's come right back into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide, and arms at our sides. And we've done plenty of work to open the space of these inner thighs, so maybe you don't need the blocks now. But take rest here for a moment. Just feel the belly expand on the inhale. And the earth receive your body on the exhale. Feel your belly on the inhale. And let the earth receive your body on the exhale. Stay with that front to back breath. Active breathing. Belly expands. Earth, receive the back of your body on your exhale. Slowly draw the knees together. Hug both knees into your chest. So two choices here. One is just to open and close the knees, just stretching your low back. Second option is happy baby. Either grab your feet or your toes and alternate bending one leg and straightening the other. Stay in your body and aware of what you're feeling. This amazing house called body, your abode. Abide here, be here, witness and watch what's here right now. Another one of Barron's quotes that I love is, and he probably stole it from someone else, but you are either now, here, or nowhere. It's spelled the same. There's just a little space in between. Now, here, or nowhere. Bring your knees in, set your feet down, and let yourself be in Shavasana for a couple of minutes. Now, here. You might use that as a mantra. On the inhale, the belly expands now. On the exhale, the earth receives you here. Inhale now. Exhale here. continue to rest here, but bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. The final words for this practice from Baron once again. Be in the now, and you'll know the how. You already have the answers to how within you. These bodies are encoded with immense knowledge. The way to access this knowledge is by coming into this moment. Trust your intuition, tune in, and trust the light of this inner knowing. Take a deep breath, friends, and start to wiggle and shift from here back to a seat. As you bring your hands together in front of your heart, let your thumbs touch your sternum. And with Namaste, we always acknowledge each other, but the wisdom in this parting word is that we first honor ourselves. Our thumb points inward. So take a moment as you think of the word connection, Namaste, union. Start by honoring the greatness, the wisdom, the intelligence, the beauty, the strength, the light that is you. And it's from there that we see it in each other. We have to find it here first. Thank you so much for standing in your greatness today. I love seeing every one of your faces and sharing practice with you. Namaste.